Dude, before like a month ago.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast and our pregame episode. Of course, I'm Ray. I'm here with Psycrotes. Matt isn't quite here yet, and Psycrotes is telling us a little bit about his physical therapy. He's training for a return so he can fight Al Snow. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, he's going to fight Al Snow. That's exactly what's going to happen.
No, I'm just saying, because I'm sure all the fans care because I'm such a superstar. Literally like 6 weeks I've been in physical therapy now. And up until about a month ago, I could not lift my arms up over my head. Now I can.
Oh, really?
I could not make a fist without pain, and now I can.
Really?
So I'm actually making some halfway decent improvements here. Hey, man, you take what you can get, right?
Only halfway decent, though.
It's a lot better than what I was. I'm literally, think about this. I literally have days now where I'm not in pain.
Really?
Every single second. Which is an improvement.
Yeah.
I even told the dude that's working with me, I'm like, dude, if I can get 10% better, because he's like, what's your goal,
Yeah. Well, what's your goal? Where do you want to be, Psycrotes?
Well, obviously, I was like, obviously, I'd like to be able to wrestle again, but I know that's not realistic. I was like, dude, if I can get like 10% better and just not get pain all the time, I'd be happy. Yeah. And I'm on the road. I think I'm getting better. So
hey, road to recovery. Next thing you know, Al Snow will be fearing Psycrotes. Psycrotes, you know what? What you should do is you should challenge Al Snow to a head on the pole match, and whoever ends up winning that match gets the possession of head. That's the way it works. You gain head. Like whoever gets head at the end of the match. Yeah.
The first time I ever got head, and there wasn't a thought involved.
And of course, for those of you that might be watching this on our Patreon exclusive, Al Snow is our guest tonight. Of course, we're not live on this, but make sure you find a video on our Facebook or on YouTube or listen in wherever you find your podcasts. So
we're everywhere.
Yeah, we're everywhere, and we got a lot of stuff coming up.
We're worldwide.
We got a lot of stuff coming up. A lot. It's going to be a big.
We've got our 1 year anniversary.
Our 1 year anniversary coming up, and I'm going to drop.
I was going to tell you, if it's okay, I prepared a special promo for that show.
Did you? Okay.
It's the 1 year anniversary.
And Psycrotes, it's not here.
It's at the bar.
It's not here. It's going to be at Beefalo Bob's. So that was announced over, and we're not going to be alone. Okay. We're not going to be alone. So it'll be myself, you, Lord knows if Mike. Yeah. The Mike's probably not going to show up, but it's going to be me, you, Matt, and then there's a few other guests who are coming along with us. So that's going to be at Beefalo Bob's. It's going to be a special 2-hour episode. So put it this way. Who's coming with us have been former guests. So some of them have been seen frequently on the show. If you put your kind of math to do that, you'll be able to figure that out. But I showed Psycrotes this earlier. This is what I did to my little bottle opener guy. I put him on a little, like, let's say chariot that he's riding on top of. And Psycrotes was like, is that a crippled luchador? And I'm like, he's not in a wheelchair. Like he's on a chariot. That's how we open our.
Is that Darren Drozdov in a mask? is that Ray C. Hawkins in a mask?
For those of you watching at home who may not know who Ray C. Hawkins is, he is a crippled kid that manages for EWA. Of course, that's who I'm in the Hall of Fame with, the Eastern Wrestling Alliance. But, the whole thing is it's crazy how fucked up we are, but it's also crazy.
I should be in the EWA Hall of Fame. You know why? You know what my record is in EWA?
What's that?
As a wrestler?
What's that?
0-3.
Let's see. So you lost to DJ Hyde.
I lost to Eagle.
You lost to Eagle.
And then I was in a triple threat hardcore match with Blood and DJ.
And you lost.
I took the fall.
And I hear somebody coming down the steps now that may very well be Matt. And it is our other co-host Matt is here. Goatee. So we're already we're on our pre-show. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot over. Here's our beer of the week right here. So I will hand that to you.
And me and Psycrotes smoked our bowl of the week.
Me and Psycrotes were talking on how far this show has come. Like, it's crazy to think that in 3 3 or so weeks, we're going to be doing our anniversary episode. And Psycrotes said he prepared a special promo for that episode. So obviously, you already said you would be available. So we're going to be at Beefalo Bob. So it'll be me, you. God knows if Mike's going to be there. I'm not even sure if and Psycrotes. And I told Psycrotes,
Mike guy.
Yeah.
At this point, Psycrotes has been on fucking longer
Mike. And I told Psychro, I'm like, hey, we're also going to have 5 special guests. Also, I'm not going to announce yet who they are. Here you go. He's on a chariot now. That's what I did the week last week.
He's on a fucking chariot.
Psycrotes was like, is that a crippled luchador? And I was like, no, he's not crippled. He's on a chariot. Like, what kind of sadistic bastard are you? But here's the thing, Matt, and you know how I am. From the second in episode 1, you were there. Yeah. I posted the video last week. You were there.
I was there.
So you saw the incident happen where Psycrotes slandered Alice.
It was like something I've never seen something like it.
Slander is when you say something that's not true. I didn't say one word that wasn't true.
How do you know he stole your finish? That's the whole thing. How do you?
Because he used it on fucking Monday Night Raw 6 days later. And then he kayfabed me a decade later.
Maybe he thought. Maybe in his honest mind, he thought, he's like, man, that guy does the same move I do. You know what? Here's the thing. You know what makes me mad? The fact that one of the Colognes did the double arm lung blower on Raw one night. And I was like, where the fuck did they see that? Like, I don't know about you, but I've never, ever seen anybody else do that. Anywhere, the double arm lung blower. See, and that's why I didn't do it.
Where did you get it from then? Did you
I just did it. I was thinking of doing a move and I hooked both arms.
Because that's the way, okay.
And I was like, let's see what I want to do. And I couldn't figure it out. I was like, I have the strength to hold someone for a butterfly suplex. And, so I have the guy hooked. I just thought, I'm like, okay, well, I want to do like a sit down with it. How can I do this where someone can be protected? And so I thought, I'm like, well, let me just drop for a lung blower. And I let go of their arms. And I let go of their arms and it's on them. All they have to do is land on their feet, bend down, and boom, shoot back up. And that's what it was. And the first time I did it, it fucking popped huge. And I was like, all right.
You gave it to me with the crowbar. That was a good spot.
Yeah.
And that's the way I was with the stunner. Like, I started doing it. And then literally, like, Danny Doring started doing ECW. And obviously, I'm not going to say he stole it because I never met the guy. And then literally, a couple of months later.
So Danny Doring's allowed to do it. But Alice, no, that son of a bitch.
Yes, because he was there and he saw me do it to Ruckus. And Vinny T. I did it on 3 people that show.
Yeah.
He's not like he saw it one time. He saw it 3 times. He saw it on Ruckus. He saw it on Randy the Natural, our friend who just passed away. And then he saw it on Vinny T.
Okay, so hold on. He was at that show okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. The evidence started to stack up against Snow.
And then like, 9 years later, I tried to speak to him, and he was very, very rude to me.
All he said was that was a long time ago. I said, I don't remember that. Like
there was more to the conversation.
All you said was I don't remember that.
I went up to him, and I was like, hey, first show, whenever I saw you, we hung out with her. He's like, yeah, that was a long time ago. And this was like right after he was in the Tough Enough stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, so Al, what have you been up to? You still training guys for WWE? He just looked at me. He's like, no. That was pretty much it. I was like, all right, I'm not getting anywhere here. I don't know if he thought maybe I wanted him to train me or what. I should look, Al. I'm not trying to get you to train me. I'm already the king of the deathmatch. I don't need your help.
Here's the thing, Psycho. Have you ever thought to yourself, he was probably like, why is Jonathan Davis talking? And that's the whole thing. And it's like,
don't you have a concert to be?
Yeah. He was like, you know how often,
oh shit, Corn's in Pittsburgh tonight? Fuck yeah, I'm going.
You know how often guys, especially when he was training for WWE, how many guys probably walked up to him and tried to sell themselves to him?
Oh yeah. Like, which for the record is not what I was doing. I was just trying to make conversation. He was sitting by himself. He looked lonely. And I might have had a beverage or two. I might have had a tab of acid or two.
I love in the first episode how Blood was just blown away. Like Blood had the biggest.
Yeah, Blood was like, I like Al Snow.
And then Blood was like, he's like, well, Snuka forgets everybody. And you're like, yeah, Snuka forgot that he killed his girlfriend. And I was like, Psycrotes. But oh man.
But to be fair, on that first episode, Al Snow was not the only person I went off for.
No, you went on a whole array. And I sat there and I looked at that list. I'm like, which one of these people that will best benefit us to get booked on this show for Psycrotes to go off with his heat? And I looked and I was like, Al Snow. Like that's because Cody McCraw, he's not going to bring any kind of fucking ratings of this thing. Or
I don't know. He's got a victory over
like
Kevin Nash now. He's a superstar. Let's be honest.
I mean, the whole thing is you look at it and it's like, okay, well, how is this going to map out? How is this going to work? And I told Psycho, what we're going to do is we're going to go live. Okay. I'll tell Al that what we'll do is after we do our games in the kind of like the last quarter of the show, we'll probably run over a little bit. I'll ask Al if he's cool with that. But what we'll do is I'll tell Al, be like, look, we'll have the talk with you and Psycrotes, after our break and all that nonsense. And then what we'll do is we'll get up and we'll let Psycrotes sit down. Then that way he can look Al face to face, man to man, and tell Al,
that's why
as long as you don't freak out and throw my laptop.
I wore my shades today. I wore my shades today so I can get on Socrates' level, man.
I take your mic and just throw it through the screen.
Please don't do that.
So I didn't know, like when Psycho said that Al Snow still was finished, I thought he was talking about Al Snow's finished the snowplow.
Oh, the snowplow.
It wasn't.
That's the only one I thought.
It was just a move that he did. And
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. So Al might not know what you're talking about. He probably hasn't done it in years.
He didn't even use it as a finish.
Yeah.
But no, he literally started doing it. He probably did it for like another year, like here and there.
Really?
Yes.
Man. I'm not a big.
It's not bad. I like the.
I wish I could remember who he was working. I wish I could remember who he was working the match, but I don't remember who it was.
Was it him that worked Corey Bush from No Eyebrows?
Yeah, that was the day after.
You got to tell him that, because if he doesn't remember that, he might remember working Corey Bush from No Eyebrows. Right. So you got to at least bring that up.
You should bring that up like earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll like he'll remember the whole weekend.
Yeah. Be like, you worked at the.
How do you forget working a 400-pound man with no eyebrows? Corey looks so weird. Too.
Oh my god, dude.
I remember walking through the fucking ring and he's standing there talking to Amanda. I'm like, hey, eyebrows and cocksucker. Because we may have seen a video. I'm not going to go any further into that.
Well, I mean, we're on our Patreon. We only have 2 subscribers right now, so who gives a shit?
Like, Brandon Scott. So in other words, Brandon Scott's not listening.
Yeah.
Oh, I always do.
You know what I was going to do to be a dick? For those of you, if anybody's watching at home on our Patreon exclusive, our Bob Star t-shirts are now available. I just posted them momentarily before we went on to this Patreon episode. They're exclusive to the Happy Hour podcast. As far as I know, I don't think there's ever been a Bob Star shirt out there on the live market, and Bob gave us permission to be able to sell the shirts with his likeness. So what I was going to do is I was going to be a dick, and I was going to make it exclusive through the Patreon only. Then that way people would have to sign up, pay $3 for the Patreon in order to have the link. But then I was like, that might cost me money. Like, because at that point someone might just be like, oh, well, can you just send me the link? And I'm like, people might just be like, oh, well, fuck it, I'm not buying that or whatever. And with Bob Star, I did t-shirts, tank tops, I did sweatpants, I did hoodies. So anything you can get like Bob Star, with Bob Star on it or whatever,
I would want to
that's it. And I think the guy, I think I'm going to have someone finally do up. I still want to do the Psycrotes Thought Whisperer t-shirt and the 5 fans and a dog. 5 fans and a dog t-shirt, which actually I'm going to tell Al Snow, be like, Al, the man, the myth, and the legend that you're talking to tonight once wrestled in front of 5 fans and a dog. Al, can you sit there and say that you've wrestled in front of a dog?
And he's the Thought Whisperer.
Yeah.
Fucking dog.
That's the thing, like with Al, like as I said, like, Al's career, it's like, no, I want to know about like Avatar and Leaf Cassidy. Like, you want to bring up Pepe, the deerhead that he had, Pierre, the champion of Europe. So that's when he had Pierre, right? When he was the champion of Europe. So, that's the thing. And it's like, we know about how his career started. Every modern place will ask about that. It's just, it is what it is, and I did no notes because it's Al Snow. We all know Al Snow. We've seen him in WWE. It is what it is, and
I've seen him a few places.
Yeah. I mean, we've worked on the same shows. I've done seminars with Al Snow.
That's right.
So that that's just the whole thing. So
what's he doing now? Doesn't he have like
he owns Ohio Valley Wrestling?
Okay. He owns OVW now?
I believe he owns OVW, okay. and then we
also got to ask him about New Jack. Right?
He also has a Collar and Elbow. Which I want to get some collar and elbow stuff to wear on the show in the future or whatever. But yeah, he has collar and elbow. That's real big. Everybody, a lot of people in wrestling wear that. But yeah, he has that. You know, I definitely want to know how that came to be, because, you know, just apparel in general, it's hard to, you know, push apparel. And, you know, when you have the wrestling background, you get guys who are workers that are, you know, you can be like, hey, can you wear this? Or, hey, can you wear that? Blah, blah, blah. And real quick, what I'm going to do, if you guys just want to chat along, I'm going to pee real quick before Al actually comes in, because he's scheduled to come in at 7:45. So he'll join us for a little while on the Patreon pre-show. And then we'll go live on Facebook Live after
so
that.
you excited, man, to meet, well, you've already met him. So
to finally
come face to face.
Speak my piece with this, man. Dude,
this is going to be,
I'm looking forward to this one for sure.
This is going to be fucking hilarious. I wonder if he's gonna remember you.
Dude, probably, I highly doubt it.
Nah, I don't know you.
He's gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy?
And that's probably the best part about it.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't fucking know this guy.
Well, apparently Ray Sento or tagged him in the video from the first podcast where I was talking about him. So I'm assuming he's at least heard that.
Oh, I'm sure. I probably would make him want to come on the show and tell you to fuck off.
I was telling Ray, it'd be hilarious.
And of course, we have to ask him about Mick Foley. Like, if there's any funny Mick Foley stories, because, you know, Mick Foley wrote like almost a whole chapter on like Al Snow jokes in his book.
Yeah, so weren't they were a tag team at some point, weren't they?
Yeah, they were the tag champions at one time. So they were the world tag team champions at one point.
Foley left him to tag with The Rock. Now got all pissed off.
The Rock and Sock connection.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I mean, it's crazy. The Kennel from Hell match and the gimmick with him eating pepper, because he had pepper too. And
that was the match.
Yeah, I mean, that Kennel from Hell match, dude, like that was just so fucking like just weird. Yeah, like, you know, it's like, what were you thinking? Like, yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, what did you think the dogs were gonna do? Right. Like, yeah,
they were supposed to be trained, but I mean, you can't predict animals.
Gonna do
but I feel like they should have did that match again. I feel like WWE was so ashamed of it. But that blue cage with the Hell in a Cell around it, that was badass. That was kind of cool. You should have did it to where, you know, it was the kind of thing where without the dogs, where you had to climb the bars, get out, and then escape from the cell. That's kind of like what they did with
the Punjabi prison. Remember the cage?
Yeah, it was kind of like a cage within a cage. Yeah. But, you know, I think that would have been cool. And I was a fan of that blue bar cage or the black bar, the classic cage that they had anyways. Because I could imagine like a chain link cage, you can get thrown in and go back first. You get thrown in that bar cage, that shit's hurting. And that's probably why they changed it.
That's why guys hated working in that thing.
Oh, yeah. Like, but still, it's like, you know, if you did moves off of it, it was like squares that you stepped in, and you could easily do like a super. I mean, hell, Owen hung by his foot from the fucking cage. Well, there's Al right there. So let me go ahead and admit him.
That was quick.
Yeah. Oh, I hit admit, and then he disappeared.
He chickened out.
He's like, nope.
Fuck
that guy.
It's not real.
Yeah, literally, I hit admit, and then it went away. So real quick, what I will do is, since that went away, hopefully he might click the link again and he might come back in. But what I will do is, what is his email? I will just resend it to him. And that way, if for some reason something went weird,
I stole Psycrotes finish at gmail.com.
All right. So info@therealhousenode.com. Participants. Right. Email. Gmail. All right, so I resent that. But anyways, I mean, that's the thing. Like, he probably felt the aura of Psycrotes looking down over him. It was just kind of like, I can't do this. Like, that's just, So that's the thing. You're gonna have an Al Snow Fears Psycrotes T-shirt.
It's like Sandman.
Yeah.
He didn't want none of this.
It was Sandman didn't want any of it because no one wanted to book it. Which I told Mike.
Well, no, the match was both fucking Hamilton.
Yeah, I told Mike, I was like, look at it like this. I was like, the benefit with that, and I even told Hamilton, I was like, book it, have him do like a 3-minute thing with Psycrotes, and he does whatever, and then use him in something else like later on, or just do something in general with
No, dude, I was paying to bring him in. He was working a fucking main event with me. That's all he was doing. I was paying to bring the guy in.
You know what would have happened? You would have lost to the Sandman. And you would have been 0-4 in EWA. Yeah, your EWA record would have just grown.
Or what if Sandman would have been like, you know what? I'm going to put this kid over. And I was 1-3 in EWA, and that one victory was over the Sandman. I can't beat Eagle or Blood, but I can beat the Sandman.
All right, so the reason why I went in and right out is because Al just emailed me. He said he had pneumonia, was just released from the hospital 2 days ago. Unfortunately, he's dealing with constant hiccups for some reason, which is making it a challenge to carry a conversation. Again, my apologies. I don't think I can pull it off. Thank you, Al. So I'm going to reschedule Al Snow for July 24th. And then we will go live at 8 o'clock, and it'll just be the three of us. And you can just work up Al Snow more. Al Snow, Fears Psycrotes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like that. Now it's going to be more of a build.
He just called out.
But shit happens.
Oh, man. He's called in.
So July 24th, we have an opening, and we'll do that. July 24th.
I'm not buying that.
Weekend.
I hope tell him to tune in because he's about to get his shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, tell him. Now the heat's legit.
Yeah.
I was just joking around before.
This is now going to turn, and the whole thing is we're going to start and be like, ladies and gentlemen. However, Psycrotes. Now we're going to have an Al. Literally, I'm going to release an Al Snow Fears Psycrotes T-shirt in the store.
Oh, no.
But you know what? This shit happens.
I mean, he had COVID.
He said he had pneumonia.
Oh, okay.
So pneumonia. So 24th weekend. So we had July 24th, which is open. If you want to do it then.
It's like a week before my birthday, too.
Yeah. So should be more fun, as our guy will probably say Al Fears Psycrotes to add to it.
I'm not gonna lie, I got a fucking promo ready now.
Tune in if
you want to see a fucking pipe bomb. You want to see a fucking pipe bomb.
Yeah. All right. So but I mean, that's the thing. Like, this is real life, and we're dealing with real people. So, it is what it is. You have to reschedule. Life happens. But now it makes it even better. It makes the ladder even better. And Walters even said, Walters was like, I can't wait to see this live. And it's like, well, you're gonna see something live, all right. And that's the whole thing. Like this. When we start, you should sit down.
I'm really sorry.
Oh yeah.
When we start, we should get up, be like, you know what, Psycrotes has something to say. And you just sit down and you see, I'm the man that scared off Al Snow or whatever.
I don't know, man. Like, it's really
I'm not gonna lie. This might just be an hour of me cutting the promo on Al Snow.
It's starting to look like it's legit that Al actually might be afraid of you.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, that was a very late cancellation.
Yeah.
That was a very late cancellation.
Yeah.
Well, not that.
Well,
bad.
The thing
15,
is he had pneumonia.
minutes.
He had pneumonia 2 days ago. So, he was probably seeing if it would subside. Like, hey, I'm hiccuping, let me see.
And we want him at his best anyway, because if he's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
We should drag this out now. Like, if he does reschedule, like somehow it gets canceled again.
No, you should cancel.
I'm like, I'm not on your time, Al Snow. You're on my time.
You should be like, Al Snow has just forfeited the rightful possession of head to me for walking out of his match. You should be like, Al has till the count of 10 to come onto this podcast. If he doesn't, I'm declared the victor in Al Snow.
As of tonight, right now, I'm 1-0 against Al Snow. He just forfeited. So.
Oh no.
I'm fucking ready for this.
What would be fucking awesome if he actually busted into your fucking door and he just start going at it.
What if this shit goes viral? We get like 2 million views. Random indie wrestler takes someone else. No.
We're just sitting there going, holy shit!
Against Al Snow.
You guys are just
holy shit! Holy shit! They're just fucking wrecking your face.
And I mean that's the thing. Like we'll start off with the show and be like, Al Snow. He hasn't entered the room yet. And you should be like, well, there's a reason, because he fucking pussied out. He was afraid of Psycrotes. He was afraid of the high priest.
You should be like, I'm sorry, we got an announcement to make. Al Snow had to cancel. However, Psycrotes is here.
Yeah,
he's got something to say.
Psycrotes is here, and Psycrotes is stewing. If you thought you've seen Psycrotes shoot before, all Psycrotes had to do was get the answer from Al Snow. Yes, I stole your finish. And it's like, you should tell him, be like, Al Snow, you know what? Your new gear is a yellow line down your back. That's what your new ring gear should be.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
I think this makes it better.
Yeah.
What's today's date? Right? May 16th?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be a little bit over a month.
July 24th, 99. October 24th.
Oh man, this is gonna be great. And you know what, Matt, I think honestly, and Psycho, this is the honest to God truth. Matt knows this. The last couple of cancellations we had, those episodes went on to do immaculate.
Really?
For some reason. For some reason they went on to be immaculate. And it's like I don't know what causes it.
People are probably like, well, we're gonna listen anyway. We might as well just keep
I mean that's the whole thing. So just let us know if you want 7, 23, 24.
After tonight, he's not going to want it.
25.
After tonight, he's going to be like, fuck those guys.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like I told him, I was like, hey, it's a work. Right. Like, it's a stupid little thing. And this is exclusive. This is, the Patreon. You actually see us getting the email. We're still on Patreon. Like we're not live on Patreon, but the whole thing is everybody,
they can hear us. They know what's going on.
Oh yeah. And I mean, that's just funny. The whole thing.
It was funny because he literally popped up into like the feed for us to like bring him on. And then he was all like, nah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, he could have just came in and, but I think that's what it is. Like, he was probably sitting there trying to talk and going, well, fuck. And he said I mean, that's the thing. It's like shit happens. It is what it is. Like, he probably feels bad about it or whatever and all that. But, he at least said, can we reschedule? It's not like, hey, I can't do it, and then there's no rhyme or reason or whatever.
Night when that Psycrotes guy's not going to be there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not buying it, man. I think he might scared him off a little bit.
So 4 minutes. 4 minutes. We need to go live. And Psycrotes needs to tell the world. He needs to know. Well, we're going to start off, and it'll be about probably like a couple of minutes to where we say welcome to the show, blah blah blah. Unfortunately, this, that, another, and then what it should be is you should just be you guys get up right now or whatever, and all that, and be like, Al Snow, good motherfucking piece of shit or whatever, and all that, and then we can get more into the story and the heat of Al Snow.
That's gonna be like the whole episode, probably.
Dude, we gotta just go off the fly with shit now because we have like no plan.
We got an hour to kill.
Al Snow,
no plan, baby. The best plan.
Well, I got a plan. I had plan A, B, C. I'm not gonna lie, right? You're gonna think I'm ribbing you. I was half expecting him to cancel. I really was. I'm not gonna lie. I was. I was thinking,
like, you say that.
You knew it. Yeah, he knew it.
I was expecting Al Snow to cancel because I'm the high priest of hardcore, okay? Harvey the Hatchet is much better than what Head was, okay? And it would be great if he does watch and it says Al Snow is watching. Like that would be fucking great if you look at the Facebook thing and it says Al Snow is watching. Like that's So, oh man. So this is going to be insane. Oh. Literally, like I think I'm gonna just in letters, just generic letters, Al Fears Psycrotes, and release it on. No one will probably ever buy them.
Psycrotes 1, Al Snow 0.
All right, so let's get ready for our Facebook Live, and we'll go ahead and do that. So let's see, boo. Where the fuck do I need to be? Oh, I'm right here. So live on Facebook. So I will not tag out because it's probably not nice to do that if it'd be our podcast live. So live on Facebook.
FC face con.
Facebook episode.
As opposed to cunt face. That's what I like to call girls. Come here, cunt face.
Episode number 48.
Cunt rags. Come here, cunt rags.
Sharing your timeline public. And we're going to get ready to go live. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and wrap up on our exclusive Patreon content. So we will see you guys next time on the Happy Hour Podcast pregame. Hopefully you guys tune in wherever you listen to podcasts and hear our episode with Psycrotes, as he is now the victor of tonight.
1-0.